After watching the Godfather movie, I wanted to kiss everyone on the cheeks. It's so sad that I cannot greet my homies by kissing them on the cheeks and on the lips when I'm mad at them, so that I can say, "You broke my heart, Fredo." But that's not the only problem in my life these days, that I cannot kiss my homies on the cheeks or the lips. Another problem that I'm not used to is that I'm dealing with a little bit of fatness. I never had that problem. People who've always been thin and they suddenly have to deal with being a little overweight, they always take it worse as compared to those people who have always been overweight. This car genuinely needs some alignment because it really drifts to the side even when I don't press the key to turn left or right. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying that I've never felt an issue, I've had an issue, hey, I gotta get rid of this car, it's because I've always been thin. In fact, I have always been called too thin. People used to tell me that you're too thin, you should eat better. Well, it was really a problem with that car. This car is not drifting to the left or the right. So recently I started, not recently, but a few years ago I used to get fat once a year, but I have a good metabolism, so I would trim it down with a little bit of exercise, and now I am facing a little bit of overweightness problem because I don't want to give up some good foods. Let me call creepy Uncle Lester. These cops are following me for no reason.
I take it this isn't a social call.
No, it's not. It's not.
Can't handle the heat, my friend?
I can't.
Okay,
You got
leave
me.
it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Yes. So dealing with a little bit of overweightness problem in at this point in life is kind of like you're dealing with a problem that you never thought you'd have to deal with. Like if you look at people who sleep on the road and you have a decent life, you think that that's never going to happen to me. At least I don't have to worry about that. But one day, when it is your first day as a homeless person, you gotta think like, okay, and I gotta deal with this problem? I never thought I'd have to deal with this problem. I love people who stay fit. I love fitness activities like running. But unluckily, my running hasn't been that great because I love the idea of running, but I really don't know how people manage long distance running. Like people run for like, a lot of people run marathons and all of that. I always knew that I'll never be able to do that. But I at least thought that I'll be able to run like 5Ks and 10Ks and 10 miles. But I must say that I haven't been able to do any of that because I think, look, when I go for a run, some people can easily run like 5Ks. I saw a post on Reddit where the person said, "I'm running for the first time in my life. I have to run a 5K for charity." And people just told him, "You know what? You don't even have to practice or anything. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You just have to walk it off." And I was like, what? I have to train. I have to go for a run. I run for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, one day at a time. And then eventually I manage a 5K. The day I ran my first 5K, I was like, okay, I'm a runner now. I was very proud of myself. And then people were like comparing speeds. And the fastest 5K I've ever run is 30 minutes. So 6 minutes per K. And when it comes to the mile pace, I see people running like a 7:30 pace, and they're like, today was a slow run. And the day I am very enthusiastic and I go for a run and I come back and I check out my speed and it's like 10 minutes per mile. That really makes me feel bad. That really makes me feel lame. I really want it to be a runner thing. Like, nothing's going on in my life, at least I can take up running. Like, people will talk about their business and shit in the gatherings and all that, and I will just talk about my 5Ks and 20Ks and marathons that I've run in the past year. But no, I definitely think my legs are weaker than a normal human being, because I don't think I really have a stamina problem. I think I have like weak legs problem. My legs are not that good. I don't have, by weak legs I mean there are some muscle groups in your leg, like the major muscles, like the hamstrings and all that shit. That's all good. That's all good. Nothing wrong with any of that stuff. It gets sore, but you work hard, the next day it gets a little less sore and things get better over a period of time. But in this case, I think there are some muscle groups like around your knees and stuff. They're supposed to uphold your knee when you run a lot. I think those muscles in my body are just weaker by birth or by girth. I don't know. They're just weaker and they're never gonna get better. And when you talk to like experts, they give you the names of the exercise, like do this and do that, lateral lunges and all of that nonsense. And I eventually switched to HIIT because there was a time when I realized that I don't run for passion. I hate running. I run to just stay thin. So I'll just do HIIT training because they say it's better, even better than running. So let's do that. But that also includes squats and some of that stuff that again impacts my legs. So, but I don't have a lot of complaints from my legs, because legs and hair, I'm just glad that they're there. Alright, like people talk to me about I don't take good care of my hair, and I never had a good hairstyle. So whenever I go somewhere and people ask me, like my loved ones always say that your hair don't look good. Your hair are never the best that they can be. And I'm like, I always say that I'm just glad that they're there, okay? You're talking about I don't have a good haircut or hairstyle? Dude, I'm the first person in my lineage to have hair past the age of 22. So, legs and hair, I'm just glad that they're there. But of course, legs or stamina is not the only problem when it comes to staying thin. Another thing that is eating. And people, I always used to look at these people who are addicted to eating, and it's clear. Is this game crashing on me? Yes, it did. Yes, it did crash on me. Obviously, it failed. Checked the task manager. It was a sharp spike in the SSD usage and a sharp spike in the Ethernet usage. So hopefully something serious, but I'll never be able to figure this stuff out on my own. I realized that people can, or one can, get addicted to eating, and it's not even fun. And earlier I thought that it's impossible. How can anyone get addicted to eating? Eating? What's special about that? But turns out anyone can. I, as a thin person, experienced things that are usually associated with the fat. I was gonna say fatties, but that's disrespectful. But then again, I've been a fatty. I become a fatty from time to time, so I can say that. I never thought that eating can be a problem. Like, of course, we live to eat, so what's up with that? But it can be a weird coping mechanism, when things don't go right in your life, you eat because that's what you have control over. And it becomes not fun at one point, and you still do it. Like, you're like, it's not even fun, why am I doing it? It's kind of like gooning with a flaccid one. Yeah, that's a new word. Gooning, never used to hear those types of words. That type of terminology is now here to stay. I love this time of the day when the sun is coming up and it's cloudy. Dark clouds in the sky, sun is coming up. This car will not enter the bunker, of course, so we'll have to enter on foot. So it's kind of like doing the deed with the flaccid one. It's not fun, but you do it because you're addicted to it, and that makes you fat. But then one day, things will get better. It's you take control of this thing. And it's kind of like how when things don't go your way, you try to at least have full control over the things that you do have control over. Like kids, a lot of kids get into these habits of gooning and eating. First buy supplies. Must keep the slaves working. Uh-oh, it's too big of a number. It's gonna give me multiple vehicles, and that's exactly what I don't want. So it's kind of like if the fellow kids in school. Okay, that's my favorite vehicle, and that's only one vehicle. But it is a very tempting vehicle. Sometimes you get into trouble just because you want to flip other people's cars. You yourself get into accidents, just like that. Wanna block my way, buddy? Someone is already mad at me. Who is it? Bad guys. Get out of the way, truck. Okay, this is exactly how things go wrong. The cops are on me. Dash mound, get out of the way. So it's kind of comparable to how when you're at school and other kids don't talk to you and don't include you in their plans, so you go home and take it out on Civilization 6. You work hard in Civilization 6 or whatever game you play. World of Warcraft. Oh, that guy is flying. It's kind of like that meme, where people are not talking to a guy at the party, and he's like, these guys don't know that I have a great criminal empire in Los Santos, and I can send cars flying like that. That's very similar to how people start eating, how I started eating. But I controlled things before they got out of hand, of course. I understand people. A friend of mine went to the doctor and he is one of those people who have always been the bigger ones, and they have a lot of experience with controlling their urges and how eating is their life. And I used to make fun of him, not to make fun of him, just to make him stop, just to make him live long. But after going through this myself, don't park here. But after going through this myself, I understand how wasting your life for food becomes fun. Like a dog who think that he's drinking blood. Okay, there you go. It has been unclipped, and now the problem begins. There you go. It's turned over now. Now it will eventually respawn. There you go. Despawn and then respawn. Now the cops show up. They will get in the way and not let me connect to my trailer. And then the civilians will do the same. There you go. It's all good. A little bit of a traffic jam here. It's kind of like how a dog thinks that he's drinking blood out of a bone, but it's actually his own blood. It's the inner part or the upper part of his mouth that's bleeding while he's chewing on a very sharp and pointy bone, and he thinks, unlimited blood. I've hit a glitch. But you know, glitches end up costing you. My dog used to do that, chewing on the bone all day. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? It's your blood. Stop it. And he would like try to bite me. To say that, hey, get away from me. And I try to convince him, dude, you're drinking your own blood. It's not even fun. Why are you doing it? But they never understand. The next day they eat like whatever, and they're like, oh, the upper part of my mouth hurts. And he looks at me like, I'm in pain. You don't know? You're my owner. It's your responsibility why I'm in pain. Because you're dumb? I don't know. Dogs are really dumb. I've always had some sort of a pet in the house, but eventually...
Looks like you sold out.
What is this? What is this thing? Creator Content 3 Stealth Extraction. So it's a mission created by a user or something like that? I'll do it on my own. I don't need anybody else because I'm just experiencing it. I'm not actually doing it. Raining. Well, I can select the weather. I would say cloudy, overcast. Overcast is always the best weather. The time should be noon. Overcast noon is also fine. Okay, let's see what it is. And if it's not fun, I will give it right in the middle. Give it up right in the middle. So don't be mad. Anyway, I have always loved, eating thing. Yeah, obviously there comes a day in your life when you stop eating. For a lot of people that never comes. But the other part, the exercise part, is that it's not fun. It only sounds fun on paper and it only looks fun. Go to location. Use the radar zoom zone to make it easier to see enemy. Okay, I am never good with stealth, so I'm never... Okay. I only know one way, and that way is to go all guns blazing. Anyway, exercising. I was talking about exercising. Exercising only sounds good on paper, but there comes a time when you are exercising. I have weapons, and it does have a suppressor, so what's the problem? I take him out. Exercising is not fun. It sounds good on paper when you hear other people say, oh, I just ran a 10-minute mile, 7-second mile or whatever. And it's like, I'm gonna do that too. But it is not fun. And it is now proved by me that it is not fun. So somewhere like towards the end of the run or towards the end of the HIIT training, you said, this shit sucks. I'm okay with being fat for the rest of my life. This is not fun. Especially on my runs towards the last part, I wish that no one is watching me. No one is looking at me. I want to be clothless. If I shoot him, will the other guy notice? I wouldn't be completely out of my clothes. And so that's the guy being held hostage. Okay, so now everybody is alerted. Why is that? How do I take him? Does he have to walk with me? Okay, is there a helicopter up there? No! There's no helicopter. And I don't know who's shooting me. I gotta hide here. I gotta protect him too. I need a sniper, obviously. Okay. So this is close range now. So exercising is not fun. Nothing else is fun. Gyms are also not fun because people who are fitness enthusiasts, they say you can't even take 1 hour out of your time for your body. And the answer is no. First of all, it's not just 1 hour. If you go to the gym, it's a lot more than that. First, you gotta prepare yourself, your body, in various ways. You gotta... Okay, there's a little bit of construction work going on in the background if you hear any noise. Yeah, buddy, you can follow me, but I cannot guarantee your safety. It's up to you. If you want to follow me, or you can jump off of the ship if you want. So you gotta prepare yourself for... First of all, you gotta put on some nice clothes. First of all, you gotta find a decent gym. There are so many gyms that are just a center for content creation and for lunatics to build each other's egos or whatever. This is a nice car. I'll take him in this car. Come on! Where is he? What happened? You have to pick him up? Yeah? You fell asleep? You idiot? Yeah, follow me, you idiot. You gotta get up, you gotta prepare yourself, you gotta put on nice shoes and all of that and change clothes, and then you gotta drive to the gym like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, now he's running. No need to hide, buddy. Here's the car. Come sit with me. Don't sit in the back. I'm not your chauffeur. Lousy hackers. You gotta rescue them and then gotta chauffeur them around the town. So all in all, it's a lot of work going to the gym, finding a gym, driving. So there comes a point in your life you're like, if you count the warm-up, if you count the clothes changing part, if you count the shower you're taking after the exercise, and you take in the travel time, you are doing less exercise and more work. For like 45 minutes of exercise, you gotta put in 1 hour of extra work, and that's just stupid. So I always prefer to either go for a run that begins at your doorstep. I prefer things that can be done in a short time, like HIIT training, and of course you gotta take care of your bad eating habits. They're never fun. I didn't even reach the point. Oh, this thing just keeps going? I'm not gonna do it forever. So every year there just comes a day. I try this every day. Every year comes a day when I don't feel the need to eat sugary foods. I try this every day. Every day I think, okay, today is the day. Oh, the hacker is still not safe? Okay, I'm not gonna keep. Open up! Oh, I gotta shoot him. I try it every day. One day there comes a day in my life when I can. Oh, he's gonna open the security gates for me. Finally, he's doing something. I try it every day. One day there comes a time when I am able to successfully give up the sugary foods. Then it's just about keeping myself from eating more sugary foods. Another thing is that I hate exercising, but the only reason I exercise is that I have a terrible mental health, and I don't exercise to improve my mental health, but I truly believe that a person who has a bad mental health cannot afford to also have bad physical health. You can't have bad both. He doesn't have a head. Two guys. This should alert everybody. They all fall down. A person with bad mental health and physical health is the absolute worst deal. So I try to fix whatever I can fix. I cannot fix my mental health, but I can fix my physical health. So I exercise, I give myself the pain. Just to feel safe. Okay. That's not my fault. These things have a little extra collision. I don't know why. Why am I eliminating so many people? Okay, a couple is here. I gotta take an aim in a way that I can kill them both back to back. Yeah. Should I try to shoot them through the helicopter? This would be perfect. Everybody gone? All right. Someone created this. It's not even an official Rockstar mission, so that was why it probably was a little slow, a little boring. So yeah, that was my talk about bad mental health and bad physical health and how I try to deal with being fat. I think eventually I will be fat. No vote for me. And thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you made it this far, first of all, what's up with that? Why did you watch the whole thing? And if you did, I hope you can at least subscribe, like, or leave a comment, and look forward for more videos like this. Look forward to more videos like this, and I hope you stay happy and healthy. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you have a good day.
My best